Hello widget watchers, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to understand about dismissible widgets in Flutter. Dismissible widgets are the widget in which you can dismiss an item from a list or a grid by swiping it off the screen. It is commonly used for implementing swipe to delete or swipe to archive functionality. So let's see how we can implement the dismissible widget in Flutter. So first come above here, and here we will create a list of item in which we will add our list items. So here create a list of string and name it as item, and then here add the few items in this list by using the list.generate function, and then here add the item count as 20, and then for index here add the item and their index value. Okay, now come to the body, and from here return the list view builder. And here is the thing, you can also do the same implementation in the grid view builder. So the implementation part is going to be same. It's your choice whether you use it with the list view or grid view. Okay. So here for item count, here add the items dot length, and then for item builder, here add the context and index, and then from here return the dismissible widget. Okay. Then first let's add the child for this dismissible widget. So here add the child as list style, and then from here return the title and the text widget. Now here we need to give the value. Okay, so do one thing, here create a variable as item, and here assign the index value of the items array. Okay, now refer to the same item inside this text widget. Now this is perfectly fine, no issues here. Now let's see the implementation of dismissible. So in the dismissible widget, we have multiple properties. First, let's see about this onDismissed property. Okay, so here add the onDismissed property, then here add the direction, and this direction is going to be the direction in which user swipe. Okay, we will implement the direction property also, but for this onDismissed, here just simply add the direction. Then from here, like when user swipe, then what action we need to do. So here I want that when user swipe, I need to remove the item from this items array. Okay, so what you can do here, you can simply mention items dot remove, and then whatever item you want to remove. So we want to remove this item. Okay, so here mention this item. Now apart from this, here we also need to add the key, right, to identify user is swiping which item. So here you need to add the unique key. So do one thing, here simply mention unique key. By the way, this is the wrong implementation, but it's just the thing I want to tell you that why this is the wrong implementation. So basically right now if you see the code, then this code is looking perfectly fine without an issue, because if you save the code and run the application, then you can see a list is there, and when I'm swiping this direction, then you can see our item is getting removed from the list, right? This is the correct implementation. But no, here we have an issue. Basically the issue is that here we have added the unique key, and this unique key getting changed after every rebuild. So like whenever you removed an item from this list, right, then the UI will get refreshed, because here we are adding the set state. Then what will happen, the unique key will be changed into something else, right? Because it's a unique key, after every rebuild it's changed its value, and it's changed its value. Because of this reason, here Flutter loses track of which item is which, right? Let's say you remove the item index of 19, right? Then when UI is updated, then the key for item is changed. Then Flutter here lose the track like which item was which, right? And because of this, wrong item can be get removed, and the wrong item is removed, and because of this the animation will feel broken. And sometimes if you have the large list, in that case your app can be get crashed, right? So to fix this issue, what you can do, here you can create a value key inside this key. So here mention the value key, and then here you can add the item, because this item is in any condition is going to be unique. Like in your list view, you are not going to duplicate the item, right? And because of this, here you will always have a unique key which is distinguished from the other items, and whenever your state is getting updated, your value key is not going to be changed, because your item value is going to be same. Okay, now if I save the code and run the application, then you can see we don't have any changes, right? And because of we removed this unique key to this value key, so this is the stable key, right? Now let's see how we can control the direction and other functionality of the dismissible widget. Now to control the direction of this dismissible widget, here you have direction property, and then here you can mention dismiss direction, and then here you can add the multiple direction. For example, here you can add the vertical direction, horizontal direction, end to start and start to end. So here start to end means you need to swipe from left side to right side, something like this, okay? And if you edit the direction as end to start, in that case you need to swipe from right side to left side, okay? And if you edit the side as vertical, okay, in that case you can swipe the card in upward direction or in downward direction, okay? And if you edit the direction as horizontal, right, in that case you can swipe the card inside left direction or right direction, okay? It's on your choice. Now the thing is that here I want that my card should be end to start, so here I have added the direction as end to start, okay? Now I think you understood about the direction part. Now if you notice, then the UI is not looking good, right? In that case, what you can do, here you can add the background property of this dismissible widget, okay? And here you can add the container. So here add the container, and then for color here add the red color, okay? And the reason is that I have added the red color here because we are using this dismissible widget to remove the widget, right? So you can add the red color here, and if you have some other action in your mind, then you can add the color as per that thing, okay? Then here also add the padding. So here add the padding as horizontal of 20, then add the alignment as the center right, and afterwards here add the child property, and here add the delete icon which will have the color of white, so that when user is swiping he knows that what he is doing, okay? And yeah, this is it. Now if you save the code and run the application, then you can see when I'm swiping this list tile, then we have this delete icon, and in the background we have this red color, and it is looking pretty nice. Now let's talk about the preventing accidental delete part. Now you can ask that what is this accidental deletion part? So the thing is that let's say user is scrolling our list tile, right? And by mistakenly user is swiped left or right side, right? In that case our list tile is get removed from the dismissible widget, right? And we didn't notify the user that we are deleting some item, right? So this is why whenever user is deleting something, it's good idea to show a dialog. So what we can do, in the dismissible widget we have this confirm dismiss property. In this property we can show user, or we can notify the user like, do you really want to delete this item or the action which you have added on the swipe, okay? So here add the confirm dismiss property, and again here we have direction, so here add that. Now here I want to show a alert dialog whenever user is swiping, so here I will add a sync, because as you know, in the dialog maybe user can take the immediate action, or maybe user can wait and then take the action. So for this we need to add here async, because this behavior is not fixed, okay? So here add the async, then from here return await and show dialog, then add the context. Then for builder, here don't add anything, just simply return a alert dialog. Then for title, here add the text widget in which we say delete item. And then for content, again add the text widget in which we will say, are you sure you want to delete this item? Then for action, here we will add two buttons. So here first add the text button, and for child here add the cancel, and then when user will press onto this button, then we will remove our dialog. So here simply mention navigator.pop and context, and then add the false value, okay? Then copy this button and add it one more time, and here add the text as delete, and here change this false to true, okay? So basically here true and false mean when user will press onto this cancel button, then we don't delete, and if user will press onto this button, then we will delete. Okay, so this was the reason of adding false and true here, okay? Now this is it about confirm dismiss. Now if you save the code and run the application, then you can see when I'm deleting an item by the swipe direction, then you can see we have a alert dialog that do you really want to delete this item, like this kind of thing we have. Now if I press onto this delete option, then our item is deleted, and if I would press onto this cancel button, then our item won't be get deleted, okay? So this is it about the confirm dismiss. Basically, it gives you full control over the simple behavior. Now, in real world application, we also have one kind of behavior in which we like user deleted anything, and after deleting the item we show them a toast message bar, right, in which we can ask the user that if you want to undo this action, then you can simply do that, right? So to implement this behavior, come inside this on dismissed property and from here remove everything. Okay, then here above create a variable and let's name it as final removed item, and then here add the item value, and then here add the removed index variable, and here assign the value as index. Okay, now here simply add the set state in which we are removing our item. So here simply mention item dot remove at and then index. Now it's fine. Now once the item is removed, we will simply show them the snack bar, or let's say the toast message bar. Okay, so here simply mention scaffold messenger, then here add the off and current context, and then here add the show snack bar, and then from here we will simply say snack bar, and the content section here add the text widget which will say item deleted, and then for action here add the snack bar action. So this is going to be our button. Okay, so for label here add the text as undo, then inside this on pressed method we will insert the deleted item in our items array which we have created here above. Okay, so here simply mention items, then dot insert, and then here mention removed index and removed item. So we will insert this item in this index. Okay, now this pattern improves the UX without annoying dialogues. Okay, so now like if you save the code and run the application, then like if I delete this item, right, and I tapped onto this delete button, then you can see our item is deleted and the snack bar is there. And now if I tap onto this undo button, then you can see our deleted item is getting back and it's again inserted inside this items array. So to end this video, I want to highlight few rules for the dismissible. First thing first, never use unique key in list. Okay, do remember this thing, never use unique key in list. Okay, so instead of unique key here, always use the value key with the ID, and don't mutate list without the set state method, and always do think about the undo or confirmation part for the item. Okay, and also avoid heavy widgets inside dismissible widget, because dismissible widget is already a heavy widget, and like it won't make any sense like if we add the heavy widgets inside a heavy widget. Okay, now to close this video, if you ever faced wrong item deletion, weird animation or lists crashes, now you know it was never Flutter's fault, it was the key of this dismissible widget. Now if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Widget Wisdom, and I'll see you in the next one. So in the next video, we are going to talk about the handling keyboard visibility and safe area part. So I'll see you in the next one.